Hello, everybody. Hey, I wanted to start a series of podcasts, Cardinal Cast, talking about door knocking, how we get leads, and kind of a general overview. Hopefully, we get a few other people that have been very successful door knocking, and they can have some input in terms of how they work and things that work for them. So, let's talk about door knocking. So, nationwide, especially with our business, roofing and exteriors, this is the single most effective way to sell, to bring business in, to make money, is cold calling, door knocking, canvassing, whatever you want to call it. Now, it's also probably the hardest part of our business because let's face it, most people have a little bit of an ego or maybe a big ego. And when you go door to door, there's a lot of rejection and people can say things to you that, might not be very nice. So door knocking kind of can be tough, but it's how we built the company. It's how I started all this in Denver back in the 2006, 2007, 2008. It's how we built all this stuff. So one thing we found, and this is from the sales piece or from sales piece or from the project management piece, is the one common denominator of people that don't work for us anymore, unfortunately, are at one point in time they made a decision to not knock doors. And once you stop knocking doors, your roofing pipeline will eventually die. It might last a few years if you do a good job, but it might die. So I always tell anybody, I own the company. I don't need to knock doors. I still knock doors. I still find that being helpful is super important. And when you are knocking on doors, when you take the service approach as if, I can help you. Listen, I can help you. People will be receptive. So basically, you've got door to door to door to door canvassing, and this is when you have a colossal storm, a big hailstorm, maybe tornado, whatever. Me personally, I don't like to work the big giant storm because you'll have a lot of roofers there, but it is a necessary evil. And what I mean by that is when there is fresh hail, you'll have 20, 30, 50 roofing companies. They'll come out of the woodwork. They'll come from Colorado, from Texas. You'll have storm chasers here. You'll have people from all over your major metro. You'll have a lot of people knocking on doors, and the public will get roofer fatigue. So I've always found it kind of sucks going door to door when you do have a storm, but if you're hungry, you will. And I would say, especially if you're newer and you're trying to really build, go knock doors, have confidence, even if there are a lot of roofers there, just because we're better than they are and we're local, we'll build better roofing systems than any of these storm chasers. And we're going to be here. We've been here for 10 years. We're going to be here for another 20 plus years. So going door to door when there is a hailstorm, basically we'll have some kind of a flyer, a handout, something. You're looking for a name, address, phone number, insurance company. Have you claimed or not? Has the adjuster been here? And all that relevant information is important. When you do have a big giant hailstorm, you really don't need to inspect the roof because you know that you've got hail everywhere. But at the same time, it's good to know what kind of damage you're working with. And, eventually, if you get enough roofs during a large hailstorm, you'll know where the hail was bigger and where it was smaller. But basically, bunch of different schools of thought. Usually, when I'm door knocking, I'm kind of hit and get out. I'm pretty quick. I try to read the people. I'm not sticking my foot in the door trying to give a presentation. I don't have can pitch. I'll go there and I'll point to the company logo and I'll say, listen, I work for a local company. Sometimes I give my name, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I shake their hand, sometimes I don't. It's really for me, it's more of a feel. But I'll be like, listen, I'm a local contractor. I work for a local company. You've probably seen our baby blue trucks around. So we would like to know if we can be of service to you, if we can inspect your roof, we can help you through the insurance claim process. I can go through in really good detail and explain to you why we're considered the best in the business, or I can just leave you some information and come and talk to you on a different day. And that's how I leave it. And they either want what you have to offer or they don't. And if they do have questions, answer them. So a lot of times you'll run into well, let me get your information, let me get your card, let me get whatever, and I'll talk to my husband, I'll talk to my wife, and then we'll let you know. I call those checkbacks. That's super important. You will lose that deal because the more aggressive roofer that's knocking on the door again and again and again, hounding them, will show that they want to earn the business. So for these people, make sure you're putting a ding somewhere. I know the system Freud is working on. I don't know if it's complete or not yet, but we are working on some door knocking agent reports. So when you talk to somebody, you'll have something that will remind you to go talk to them as soon, however you set it up. But it's super important when you do have the interest, you go back the next day. Another tip to doing this is you want to make sure you have a company truck parked in the neighborhood, and the more they see you, even if you don't get the business right away, the more the neighborhood sees you, sees your trucks, sees your yard signs, sees you knocking on doors, sees you talking to people. They will see that you're legit, that you give a crap about doing the right thing, and you'll probably end up getting more business. So it's super important when we do have these that you are working installs. But a lot of times, for me personally, it's a feel. It's you know, these people are interested. These people already have a roofer. They already know somebody. They have no intention of doing the work. They're going to keep the money. You'll figure that out. And what I've seen is numbers work. So one of the metrics we have, starting with going door to door and doing canvassing, is real easy. It's 100 houses a day. Hit and get out. If you hit 100 houses every day, you will, whether you're door knocking, whether you're an entry level salesperson, or whether you're a seasoned vet project manager, you will make money. So just remember, 100 doors a day is what I built this company on, and it's a super important metric. Okay, I'm going to end this part of the podcast, and we'll have a few more different discussions about other styles of door knocking.